Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Boy. After a long, cold winter, we're back. Hello, and welcome to After Hours. This is our episode 107. I'm Carlos Silva talking with you all the way here from Aventura, South Florida, and joined by the one, the only, Mr. Podos. The classic introduction to Mr. Podos here. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Kendall.
One of these days, I should just have like a big container of water right here.
I don't talk much about water.
Puddle.
Yeah. You don't talk about too much about water because then, you know.
We know how you get.
Yeah. And all the way from Orlando, our dear friend, Mr. Magic, look here.
It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic.
Magic.
Can do magic.
Jason Canap.
I kind of want. What happens with water? I kind of want to know what happens with water in Carlos now.
Running water. Running.
Running water.
Yeah. So. Let's talk Disney, but and not talk about water, okay? My dear friends, how are
told
you?
him we're supposed to go before the show.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't want that. You know, running water is inspiration.
That was perspiration.
I'm scared.
Buddies, how are you? Everything is okay? It has been a long time. And mostly was my fault. I know that you guys are already, but things was
Not your fault.
things were kind of busy. Well, after I said after a long and cold winter, but here in Miami, buddies, 27 days of February, we only had 7 days with highs below 80s. So and the
really upset with you right now.
And the lowest one was 64. And that day I tried to convince myself not to go back to Brazil.
Hey, Colin, are you noticing something? You know, like we look normal, which is pretty awesome, actually. By the way, but we look normal. But Carlos, I don't know if it's a filter or if he's got some kind of like cinematic essence to him tonight. Do you notice this too?
Usual.
He's got some kind of like, I don't know if he's in like, maybe he's in like
it's a new camera.
24 frames. It's like
it's a new
frame rate or
it's a
little
new
Hollywood
camera.
lighting. He looks like he's been bronzed or something. Maybe.
There was also a treatment.
We know what it is.
Treatment.
It's a new camera.
That's it.
A little bit of saturation.
Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not what you're thinking. No, look. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is
you remember that episode of Friends where Ross goes to get his spray tan?
His white.
He goes like 4 layers on one side.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because he forgets to turn.
No, it is.
Count right. He's like, wait, is it Mississippi or is it?
It is a brand new setup. Actually, I'm using a new camera here, so it's you know, it all started with someone criticizing the mass of my. Which is fair. Which was fair. I will say it was a fair brutal critic about the mass of my setup here. So I tried to get rid of some cables and things like that. And it wasn't Candida. It wasn't my wife actually that they gave Okay.
Can't imagine who it would have been.
Yeah.
I was on Ratatouille yesterday,
Really?
and yeah, I was on Ratatouille
It was
yesterday.
working. It breaks all
Single
the time.
Single rider line is the way to go. Yeah, if you don't, because let's be honest, you don't really care about riding with your family anyway. So you go single rider line,
And I'm always
you get
single
on
there.
in less than 15 minutes. Yeah, that's true. And the only weird thing is that you get placed in line, and then the people who are already in line don't really know that you're in line with them because they have their backs turned to you, right? And so when they get into the car, they assume that they're going to be alone in their row. But there's this third guy, and
Wearing a
by the
jellyfish
way,
shirt.
they didn't scale the cars to American size when they brought
They're
this.
very
from,
small.
So it's not if you have three decent sized people, it's not an easy squeeze, but it's a surprise squeeze at that. So anyway, after the surprise squeeze, we get in and I have a chatter next to me, like, oh great,
Uh-oh.
this guy's
No.
gonna
Worst nightmare.
and he's chatting up, and I'm thinking he's going to be quiet when we go into the attraction, right? And actually, he was for the most of the attraction quiet. But just as we're about to enter, you do a little spin around thing, and now we're about to go in. He says to me, "Who thinks these things up?" And at that moment, I'm thinking to
That's the
myself,
wrong thing to say to Jason.
"Is this a real question? Are you seriously asking me this
am I
question
supposed to answer
as we're
that?
about?" Right. Am I answering this question for real? Do I just ignore him? And now I'm the guy that just ignored his question. Was it rhetorical?
100% would have been me.
Does he really want to know? Because I knew he hadn't been on the ride before based on how he was talking. And by the way, he warned everybody in the car also that his wife, the last time she got on it without him, she got like nauseous. But that's another story. And I turned to him and I'm about to say, well, it all started with the mouse.
Yeah.
But it didn't, because then I realized like he wouldn't think I was making like a Disney reference, like how Walt would say it all started. But he'd think I was talking about the damn mouse on the attraction. So I decided I bailed. I just
No, Bill, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't take
You
that
gotta say
pathway.
nothing
No,
there.
no.
You just got to be the rude guy.
But
Anyway, I guess we should say hello to some people.
yes, it's about time for us to say hello, hello, hello. Rumba.
Stuck here forever. Blue box of doom.
Hello, hello, hello. Calling candidates is your time to rise and shine.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
It's good to see we've got Mark Whiting, Walt Fort, which is our buddy in the UK. Logan, good
John's
to
staying
see
up
ya.
late or getting
Yeah.
up early.
Yeah.
Chris Blagg, good to see you. It's been too long, actually. Mary T. Wells, who do you all see?
I see my wife Michelle.
I
Good to see you.
Hannah.
And I got to give Michelle a special applause because she was choosing
Because
between
she
us
puts up with
and
you?
Well, yeah, that's different. She was choosing between watching us or watching White Lotus. So
Oh, she's in
Apparently-
also. Michelle. Let me tell Michelle.
think she picked
Michelle,
wrong.
Candida is in the same thing, but Candida never watches. So
She gets enough of you during the week.
did we say hi to Jody? Let's say hi to Jody. And Kyle is with us. Megan. Hello, Megan. And we said John already.
that house is sick.
Oh, Karen. It was just Karen's birthday. So happy belated to Karen.
happy birthday.
Heather's with us as well.
Yeah,
Mark
so-
Whiting, great state of Washington.
Yes,
Carrie's with us. Who do you see?
Mark, and John and Chris. They are in our
Mark
F1 group. So things are starting to heat up with the F1 group too.
Joe Logan. Yeah,
Joe Logan is here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who else? A lot of. Come on, we have our. Yeah. So hello to everybody. But let me get rid this song. Okay.
Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
last week, we were supposed to have our show last week, but then we needed to move. Last week I was actually in Orlando, and you know, guys, what happened? Finally happened for the first time for me. I went to Galaxy's Edge, and then finally I got to see.
Not the first time you've been to Galaxy's.
But finally I got to see The Mandalorian. Every time I went there,
Really? I saw it before you.
yeah, I took a picture with him, and I was really happy. I shared
What
with
did you? Yeah, you did. And what did you title that picture?
You can't say that here.
Talking about picture.
I'll share it later.
Well, let me explain. The people will get it wrong. I started with the trend with Colin and Jason to have pictures, selfie or pictures of myself with a title. So the first one I was in New York visiting my daughter, and the first one was the New Yorker. So and then
that became before the Clooney. There was the Clooney,
and the
thinker.
There was the hat.
And everything with ER. Now, so the I don't know, everything with ER. And when I took,
I just remembered what he called. Never mind.
when he took a picture with the DeLorean,
yeah,
who happens to be nicknamed Mando.
Yeah,
Right.
I put the Mando So yes.
Spell it out.
Yeah. So Anthony, it turned out the men doers. So I said no. Yeah. Well,
It was better than the alternative.
Yes, better than anything with the Grogu. Yeah, but guys, and talking about picture, buddy, Jason, yesterday you sent us a picture.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
What was the? And I asked which place that.
Some friends here I shared the same picture with, and they know what it was. They got it instantly.
No,
Some
not
people
me.
who are
I got it instantly too. In fairness.
No, I totally lost. Yeah, you got it. But then no comments here too. But which place was that?
Well, they're going to tell you in the chat. Well, I gave you a hint. It was close to the Ratatouille.
No, his impressions.
Is that what that was?
Here you are. It was the lobby.
I've still never seen that.
Yeah,
I've never been.
I never go there, so I only go there when I'm forced.
Come on. This is why we don't have nice things.
Yeah, only
In
do
fairness,
that.
the last time I was there with you, it was closed. So
That's true.
No, well, one thing, to be fair with you, Jason, one thing I never did for sure was I never been to the sing along thing that they have before.
You should go to
does that
it
still
once.
exist?
No, I never.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's there all day. All day.
It's like Split, right? It's still Split.
It's not Split. It's like mostly Beauty and the Beast sing along, and then you get a little bit of impressions at the end of the day.
But Kyle is saying I have yet seen Mando, but what I saw a picture today, Kyle, is actually from Disneyland, from the Mando and Boba Fett together. Okay, they're walking around Galaxy's Edge together. Actually,
How do you tell them apart?
It's easy. Mando has the Shining thing, and the other one is Mando is chrome.
Mando's
the
made
other
in China.
No, Shining.
I thought he said the Chinese thing.
No,
Yeah,
Shining thing. But actually, the things there are several different things that are coming up from Disney, the Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge, and starting I think in March, because you're gonna have those special events there. It's the Season of the Force they call it. It's even Luke Skywalker is supposed to show up there. So
It's gonna say Mandor, Season of the Force.
That's a different
In
film.
all fairness, I
You
swear
will
to
point
God,
out all the shiny things.
I just have to tell you guys that I wrote that and I didn't realize. You know, you guys pointed out to me, but it was so embarrassing.
We're good about that.
Buddies, well, we have a special show tonight. It's so special that we don't know how long it's going to last because.
Thank you, John, for the comment.
It is something. We're going to talk about the moderate resorts. So it's supposed
What?
to. That's the theme. It's going to be a fast thing because we're going to actually. When we started preparing for the live for the show, I realized they only have such a small amount of moderate resorts, but we're going to talk about it. And
Moderate in name. Moderate in name.
yes, there's and
Not
there's
in price, but in name.
well, there we're
not
coming.
anymore.
We're coming to that part, but before that, buddies, now is the time.
Oh, now is the best time.
I will not say that kind is a news of the week because I think there's some.
You better cover the important news.
There are important news from last week.
Oh no, there's important news from this. Well, I don't know. Let's hear what you got.
Yeah, yeah. You will understand because actually things that happen next week were announced last week. So that's the whole thing. But we will start with everything that is usually we do here, the best. We're going to talk. Actually, we have a new foodie guide from Disney Eats related to the nice and beautiful food that we're going to have in Flower and Garden Festival. The festival will start next week.
Can I rant about something real quick?
Yes, please. You're
Okay.
I'll give you the
as I was
spot.
saying, I was in Epcot last night, and I got this. Alex was with me, and we got fish and chips. Okay, well, I got to rant about that too. By the way, folks, at the fish and chips place, the windows now above the windows have signs that says mobile order window 1 and mobile order window 2. Like both windows, the only two windows there are, by the way, both say mobile order windows, which leaves everyone in line wondering whether you have to mobile order. Because if there's only mobile order windows, you must have to mobile order, right? Oh, no, apparently not, because the guy in front of me, who I said, he turns and says, "Oh, no, we thought the same thing." Then the person over there ordered some, and so you have to actually become a public servant and tell the people behind you once you hear them saying and questioning, "Oh, wait, are we supposed to mobile order?" Now you have to work for Disney and turn around and tell them, "Oh, no, by the way, it's okay to order at the window." Which also means that if you did do a mobile order, you have to wait in line with all the non-mobile order people. Okay, but that's not what I want to rant about. What I want to rant about is once I got said fish and chips and I go to eat them, right? Now, I know we're between festivals, right? We just had we just had Festival of the Arts.
And beautiful. Was amazing.
Just happened, right? Mm-hmm. And then, what is it, next week? Flower and Garden starts up next week, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's one little week. Little week, right? Okay. Guess what they took away? All the standing tables.
Oh, really?
The high top tables where you gather. Yeah, I'm walking around UK. Usually there's they have the tables down the streets in the UK. There's no tables. So I did this.
Strange.
Yeah, it was not. That's not good. By the time anybody goes to Disney, guys, next week the tables will all be back. I just don't. Just leave the tables. If you're gonna leave the booths, leave the tables.
The booth.
The booths. The booths. The kiosks. If you're gonna leave the food, just leave the tables. We all. You know what? I'm not opposed to eating off of a trash can. I'm not opposed to eating off a trash can, but I would prefer a table.
Yeah, you're right. But this is strange.
Weird, right? Yeah, they took the tables away.
Only if they're bringing new tables, different tables. Do you think they're going to bring different tables
or something?
Different colors could be.
No.
Well, let's see. That's something we need to check because it's usually they don't take the tables.
These tables are gone. All the tables.
Oh my
Usually
gosh!
there's a bigger gap between the weeks.
No, but not this. This time is pretty the interval between the two festivals it's pretty short. The longer one is between Flower and Garden and Food and Wine. And actually more than 2 months.
That's why I
apart.
was surprised.
Which is weird.
But another thing, buddy, I don't know if you had the opportunity to check this, but I was wondering if Disney would keep or not that amazing, beautiful exposition and show in the Community Art Plaza, the one for the 30 years of Disney Broadway, which is incredible.
I don't know. They were having a dance party, and I stayed away from that area.
Because I went last week. One thing that they corrected, because the first time I went there, it was me, Candida, Jason, and Michelle. We went there, and there was a little bit of issue. You could smell French fries inside the communicar hall because of the exhaust system.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's
corrected
what's
it.
meant to be. I mean, those windows are usually open. Though I mean, they were designed to be able to be open, and then you have an open kitchen environment and everything else. But
Yes, but actually they corrected. So the last week when I went there, it was smelling like
what?
Lion King.
Broadway.
It smelled-
Lion King.
good smelling Broadway.
It smelled like sweat and broken dreams,
No, it was
just
smelling
like Broadway.
Well, it was not smelling like kitchen. So that's the thing. So it's so the thing. So they corrected in the way, and there was a lot of people asking me about Carlos. This is it's such a beautiful a show. There is such a beautiful. Are they going to keep it? Well, really, I don't know. So I don't know what happened if they took it, because it is supposed to be in line with the theme of the Festival of the Arts, but it's so beautiful, so special. So the one of
that particular exhibit.
Yes,
was,
that particular
was amazing.
exhibit.
If they had done something like that, can you imagine if they'd done that to begin with? If they put an exhibit of some sort in there to begin with, like it doesn't even have to be tied to the festival. Just put something in there.
Yes,
Something.
Yes.
You have all that stuff in archive. You have all this stuff backstage. Like, just bring some stuff out, and people would love it.
Yes, and actually, as compared to other exhibits that we had in Epcot in recent years, this one is amazing. It was by far the best.
Yeah.
By far the best. So removing
Well,
that.
come on, the best. Come on, the best was, what was that one that they did in the Odyssey building? It was the
The one, Epcot Forever. You're right. That exhibit,
that was amazing.
That was like a showcase for the park and things like that. That's just, it's a little bit different. That one is
Stuff
What
never
might
happened.
be,
yeah.
right? What might be.
Yeah, but and I can imagine what's going to happen now if they, because they raised the bar to a standard with that exhibit that I want to see them how they're gonna part that, and then say it's going to be okay. But let's talk about
Or it could become a DVC preview center.
Oh, come on, give me a break. No, give me a break.
It's on the spectrum of possibilities. You know that for sure.
I don't think so. I think they are.
It is not just. I don't think it's
anything
likely,
past them right
but
now.
in terms of the things that could happen, it's certainly ranked higher than let's turn it into a haunted house, right? Like of all the spectrum of things that could happen, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, but you imagine like Figment's Funhouse or something. That'd be fun too. That'd be.
Yeah, good.
Anyway.
One thing.
Let's talk about your cupcake. Want to talk about your cupcakes?
It's not. Well, actually, there's no cupcakes in because.
Oh, what is that?
Disclosure. This is something I'm not showing everything on the foodie guide, but that picks particularly the new stands and the new food, and something that caught my eyes. So let's start with this one here. It's actually the Epcot Farmers Feast. Okay, so some things that came up for me that the grilled asparagus is okay, but the scallops with spring pea risotto featuring Ben's Original International. And explain me what is
Buddy,
Ben's?
they're putting it's. Well, first of all, it's going into Communicore Hall. So that answers your question right there.
But usually, no, the farm. But yeah, but that is it's outside. They have the window. That window.
No.
Yes, they have that window outside.
That's the best of. That's the best of window, isn't it? I think this is going to be inside, buddy. I think your Farmer's Feast is taking over Broadway.
Oh, really?
Oh,
No, I don't think so. I didn't saw
Okay.
the best of the. I didn't saw that. I think they're gonna use the outside one.
I hope you're right.
I hope, yeah. But what I love is blueberry crumble cake with blueberry. I don't. I'm
A lot of purple.
one thing I realized. I used to think that my favorite color was blue. No, it's purple. Now I'm changing. Everything for me is purple, and I like purple everywhere. So you will see there will be a lot of purple here.
After hours purple too. I mean, there's the poncho.
Yes. You realize that a lot of things that I do in terms of our look and feel, the artwork that we do with cards is a lot related to purple. I like that. This is a purple rain and everything. Yeah.
Jason wore his purple and blue shirt for you just for that occasion.
I did. And the
Yeah,
phone.
it's purple. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the second one. It is this is a new.
We've lost him.
It's like a theme. Like all three pictures.
Allocate foods.
On the same direction.
And I swear to God, that's the way that it was arranged in the foodie
Somebody's
guide.
getting
Okay? That was the way that was arranged in the foodie guide. So that's from the
Sausage,
Beach Grub.
corn.
So that's from a new stand called Beach Grub, which is in the walkway between World Showcase and Imagination Pavilion. So
What does
first
that
we
have
have
anything to do with the beach?
because you have seafood, bacon, shrimp with mussels, clams, how you call andouille,
Dooley,
andouille,
I think.
I say
andouille,
andouille.
andouille
I'm
sausage.
saying it wrong.
Yeah, red
There's some-
potatoes, corn. You have also the corn on a cob.
If Jimmy was here, he could tell us.
Yeah, and s'mores bar with
Andouille.
And
I don't
do
know.
it.
Anyway,
No,
It
we're
was-
the words
listening,
lost
isn't
all
it?
meaning.
If it's to go to the French one is andouille.
But that no one's saying that here.
Nah, yeah, you
For
will
sure,
know.
100%.
Yeah.
We need to know what do they say in New Orleans? We need Nolans. But wait, what does street corn have to do with the beach?
I don't get it. And
Has anyone ever
s'mores
seen
bar?
somebody eating corn on the cob on the beach
Be
ever?
very sandy.
Buddies,
Imagine trying to eat that with your hands.
you know one thing, if there were Brazilians watching us right now, everybody would say, "Oh yes, for sure." It's
Well, like a clam bake or something, or like
No, but
crabs, steamed
we do-
crabs and
we-
stuff. So we'll get corn on the cob then, but you don't eat that at the beach. I
in
mean, it's-
Brazil we have street vendors that sell
yeah.
To eat
corn in a
beach.
cob in the beach. Yeah.
Oh, so we should be called the Brazilian booth.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I don't.
They already have one of those.
And probably the chef that is Brazilian. Probably could be that's the main
Could be.
reason. But you remember that the corn of the cob usually it was in the other side. It was in the walkway between the Odyssey and the test track that used to have
Yeah,
that.
cheese or something on it.
There was
Yeah.
street corn somewhere. Where else was street corn for this past festival? It was somewhere unexpected.
There was one on the left by the Mexico Pavilion. Was that the most recent one?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like
It had
I
some kind of
encountered
like
it somewhere
chili
before this.
something on it. I think. I'm almost positive that's where that was. Past, I think it was Hawaii or
like a
whatever's on the corner
Indian-
there, and then yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
No, Mary just taught us is andouille. Andouille.
And do it. Mary's from Baltimore. I'm
probably
not going to
still
take her for this. She's going to say it like I would say it.
What? And Mary saying super small. The one probably with the corn is B. It's
It's
grilled.
not the scale, Mary.
Oh, it's grilled beach corn. So it's grilled beach corn. Okay, let's move for another one, another new one. I need a new both. Another new. The new one is the yacht grub. And
The yacht grub. Okay.
Yeah.
The yacht grub, which is different than the beach
because
grub.
you have the beach grub and
Right, the
have
beach grub.
and
the
now the yacht
yacht grub,
grub. Yeah. So the
They
yacht.
put these over near Yacht and Beach Club
So
on
yacht
that side.
is the walk is also in the walkway between the World Showcase and Imagine Pavilion. So you're gonna have the beach and the yacht all together there. So you the things there is that I love this is the it's like have this meat assorti with I like that. But the first one, trio of dips and chips. You have caramelized onion dip, whipped feta dip, the pimento cheese with caviar.
Yeah, okay.
Things are getting different in Epcot. It's good. It's good. I love.
That's the Oliver Putnam special dips.
But I know. And,
It's a nice reference.
but
Fantastic.
a good. It is. We will need a lot of tables there because to get the to enjoy dips and the meat assorti and
That's really hard to
charcuterie
walk
table.
and talk with,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't do caviar, but the rest of it sounds good.
I don't understand. I mean, why do that?
It just
why
seems
do that? Why-
odd.
It would be like, right,
Never
Colin?
mind.
It's like putting lobster on a burger. I mean, why would you do? Just leave. You don't
Toast
need
of
the
the
caviar. You don't need caviar on the dip. You're not going to
No,
improve
but
the
no,
chips.
caviar in the dip is
Just
pretty
gonna put
good.
a
It's
weird
pretty good. It's
texture in
pretty
your
good.
dip.
Yeah,
They're going to give you three little like boop boop boop.
Yeah,
and they do it artistically.
And
then-
it's
so
not
you're gonna
Somebody
wait
sneezes and it
16
falls
minutes.
off.
You're going to wait 16 minutes for the guy who just finishes with the little caviar droppings.
But one thing, and then
You see it? There it is. It's pictured there. It's with the pickles. He's got like one little piece, the one
do
little
like
caviar. Oh no,
pickles,
no, it's not. It's in the middle. It's the black one. Okay, that's a decent amount of caviar.
Yeah, I hope they repeat that.
Dude, what's on the one on the left?
Oh, a little lemon twist. for your
Yes,
martini.
Lemon?
yeah.
Lemon twist.
That's probably
guess
the onion
It
dip.
will not be included. It will not be included in the normal serving. I can tell you.
I hope the serving will be something. Let's go to the another one. And this is the booth that call
Purple.
if you want to kill Carlos, bring to this booth. Okay,
But it's purple, Carlos. Maybe it's okay.
Yeah, but that's the end of, that's the only reason that I brought that up.
Oh, the pineapple.
Because it's a pineapple promenade, and so they have a spicy hot dog with pineapple chutney. I love chutney, but not pineapple chutney.
That hot dog looks great, though.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
does
But
look
I love this one: a frozen desert violet lemonade with lemonade, desert pear, and violet syrup. So
Isn't that the same one they've had, though? Or is this different?
now they're repeating it.
Okay.
But
It's like a song. It's like a song. Sting would make a song about that drink.
So who? Sting?
Yeah, about desert pears. Yeah.
Because of the red desert rose. Yeah. But and that's another thing. I'm starting to get notice that I'm crazy about purple or violet, which is purple and violet for me is the same. It's almost the same thing. And actually,
Turning violet.
pears. Okay, and those little flowers, the violets are beautiful too. So I love everything in this.
Sounds like you're stopping at the booth.
It's a shame they didn't make you a coconut.
Yeah,
hot dog.
no, I don't know if I'm gonna stop by because purple is dangerous for me. But I will ask someone to grab that
You just give
lemon.
the drink. The drink's not gonna.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
drink.
Yeah, but then you never know if you're gonna smell pineapple.
You're not allergic to the smell of pineapple.
You never. I don't want to test it. I don't want to test it.
I think he's just lying to us.
Chris-
He's probably
Chris-
not allergic to pineapple.
Our buddy Chris says now I want a violet sake. Yeah. Where we had the violet sake. Oh, it was in Chikisai. Well, there's no Takumite. The other
Chikisai.
Chikisai. There was a
upstairs?
violet drink. There was a violet drink there. Yeah. Violent? No, it's a violet drink. Yeah.
Heather's not impressed
something
with the hot
over
dog, but Heather, it has little plantain chips and pineapple on it, and it's spicy somehow. It's spicy.
Then we'll kill Carlos.
Love hot
And it's
dogs. I don't know
killer.
why. They're just always good. It's an ideal walking food.
Okay, so the other one is just a new poutine, but again, look
Why
the
is there
flowers.
flowers in the
Yeah, I
fries?
love the flowers. I love the flowers. And
I'm not eating that.
That's lavender.
Yeah, the flowers are a nice touch. That's a nice
The
touch.
fresh lavender with
eating
and I loved even the little towel that they use in the pictures. I know
Oh, is
that
it, wait, I don't know. Is it lavender? There's no comma between lavender and honey. I'm thinking it's lavender honey. And then the fresh lavender
It
is
says
at the
and
end,
fresh
right?
lavender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh lavender.
So you get
yeah.
both.
So I it's going to be very lavender heavy.
I loved it. I loved it.
Okay.
I don't,
What's that
Okay.
first thing?
herbs de
Herbs de
Provence.
Provence.
These are herbs.
Herbs of Provence.
Like,
yes,
well,
yes,
yeah, I
like-
got that much, but
It is a mix. But it's a mix of herbs, and actually, you can use herbs of Provence to in for instance for barbecue. And that's one thing that I'm gonna we need to talk about. We need to exchange barbecue hints, and there's some things.
you can do that.
Yeah. Okay, let's move for the. We still have a few other. And talking about
that looks
barbecue.
good.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
and only,
wait, Colin, I have an answer for you. Typically includes thyme, marjoram, rosemary, oregano, and
Lavender.
I don't know. But then some blends also include lavender, basil, tarragon, bay leaf, and fennel.
It is
seeds.
it is a mix of
Like a
herbs.
seasoning blend.
Yes,
kind
yes.
of dry
That's
rub-ish.
it. It is
Like
the
a French dry rub. Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
It's a French dry rub.
That's probably pretty good.
Yep. So,
Once you describe it as dry rub, now he's into the flowers.
No, I'm still out on the flowers, but I'll take the dry rub.
Add me a dry rub.
Exactly.
Megan is saying Colin is a barbecue master.
He is, he is.
I don't know if I can. It's fun.
Hello to Andrew. Hey, buddy. Well, but one thing is that so talking about Colin in barbecue. So that's why I brought this one: soy glazed pork sticky ribs with green onions and peanuts. Is from Trowel and Trellis near Disney Traders.
I bet that's sticky, but it looks good.
But I think, buddy,
They say it's in the name.
it is, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they warned you.
But you know, I think ribs needs to be sticky. I love sticky ribs.
If they're not a mess, they're not good ribs. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. I love
the
the.
world is
That's
that?
falling apart. That's falling apart. Hunter, there's no chance you're eating that and it doesn't just fall apart immediately.
Although that's
Ford
beautiful.
for sure.
That's
I mean,
beautiful.
I am a sucker for avocado toast. I love me some avocado toast, but
like
that is
avocado
a
toast.
disaster.
This is
What
from
kind
the
of bread
brunch
is it
cut.
on, though?
And this would actually kill Claire.
Why?
Like Claire,
Really?
Claire would rather. Claire, I can tell you, she would rather just not eat anything. Than
Why?
even
What's the-
look at that?
What the problem is? What?
Avocados, no.
No,
Tomatoes,
no avocados. No.
Yeah, like that's
I'm not a big fan of cherry tomatoes. That would be the killer for me.
yeah. Someone needs to take this picture and send it to Claire.
Well, I'm not a big fan
What
of.
kind of reaction do you get?
I'm not a big fan of tomatoes too, but that for me looks great. I will.
Yeah, an avocado. I love some avocado. I will be eating that. I'll try it. Of course, they'll probably charge $16.
Really, no news regarding the prices at
Right?
the.
That's because they're still waiting to see what the price of avocados is going to be.
Yes.
Like Chris's comment. There's no way that'll look like that. He's 100% right.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
No
sure,
chance.
no chance. And the last one that I like to bring it because it's actually is a new item also is this one here. Is in the Magnolia Terrace and near the American
I don't do
Adventure.
oysters.
Oh, I love oysters. Oh my gosh, I love oysters. And
It's not in a shell to me.
actually, I was.
No, this isn't the shell.
So it's grill Gulf oysters with and again the Cajun
Andouille sausage.
andouille
Andouille.
and
Oh, it's just
and-
the butter though.
Yeah.
It must be
Yeah.
a seasoned butter of some variety.
yeah. I love this one too. And this is going to be in the one the booth next to the American Adventure, the American Pavilion there. Why not? You didn't like that? They don't like oysters?
I don't like
I mean, it's the
oysters.
one.
It's
It's
a
not.
texture
It's not the
issue.
American Pavilion booth, is it? Is it the American Pavilion booth?
Yes, near the American Adventure.
No, near
That's
the
odd.
American. Okay.
What are they
What else?
channeling
What else are
there?
they going to have there?
It is the same one that they have other. We already been there once, and but not for the flower and garden thing. But it's that one that is in the
The one that's in the American Pavilion. The American
yes,
Adventure
yeah.
Pavilion.
The other things were
Why
not
they stay
new.
near?
I think they had something from.
Well, they used to have the Smokehouse Pavilion, which was the barbecue stuff. And they
But
got
it's
but
in
they've
the
had
other
the-
end.
they've
The other
They've
end.
had they've had the catfish, and is that the one where they had the catfish? And
Yes,
the,
yes. And I think they're going to still have the cat. No, the catfish was for
all the holidays.
Festival of the Holidays. They're repeating the other things that they had in the same booth last year, and the only thing new was
That.
this one.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm not gonna have that.
Why?
It's gonna be overpriced.
I don't know. And
under-
oysters
under-
and 90 degrees is just, it's not on my list.
It's just unnecessary. I'll have
Oyster.
some more avocado toast.
Yeah,
If it was a crab cake, he'd be all over it.
I'll have a pineapple hot dog that Carlos Killer.
yeah, no. Okay, so that was
I'll have a TK dog.
That's a little unsettling.
no, actually, for me, the what stands out will be this one, and then this is the one.
That looks good. I'd have to try that.
I would take out those.
Mark
I would
Whiting,
take-
that wasn't lost on me either.
oh, sorry.
Mark Whiting was pointing out that other dish that you had sausage butter listed on it, and maybe it was missing a comma, but I don't think so. I think it was
No, I
sausage
think
butter.
it was a flavored butter, yeah. Because it's kind of
Sausage
a
butter.
brownish color. Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know what sausage butter is, but that's
It's probably it's kind of like using baking grease probably with making a butter. Probably just
Well-
use sausage grease to make it.
But buddies, so that was the foodie guide, and there was a pretty extensive foodie guide. But there new booths and things like that, and flower and garden always. We used to have only for food and wine the extension of booths like this, but now flower and garden is par. They have the same number of booths and a lot of creative stuff. So
Seems better to me too, as far as choices.
I won't say that, buddy, because it's a different approach. But it's pretty good. It's pretty
It's
good.
different food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
It's pretty good. So let's see, and they're pretty creative. We have to. One thing I always say to everybody, I know that it's pricey. I know there is a good reason behind that, but they're investing time and effort in creating a lot of stuff there. So it is. I like it, I value that. Well, now let's go to some news, and we have some important news here. The first thing is that bye for the virtual queues, bye virtual queues for the only two ones existing up to now, which is for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, for Tiana's Bio Adventure. Disney put out a statement that it says, well, bye for now. But what they trying to say is that whenever they need to use a virtual queue particularly for new upcoming attractions,
management.
yeah, and they will use. So we could expect to see virtual queues back to probably to most of the new attractions or the new e-ticket attractions. We're gonna see virtual queue show coming up, and but for Tiana,
This is great news. And did you see? I mean, I know this week was not particularly busy in Walt Disney World, but did you see the wait times were really? I mean, really decent.
So I know somebody that was there last weekend, and they were excited to ride Tron for the first time, and they had never been. They rode it 4 times in one day, and I have photos to prove it. And they never waited more than 45 minutes, which is not don't expect that to be the normal, but they very much did do so, and they really enjoyed being able to, because before you ride it once if you're lucky.
Yeah. Guardians yesterday would fluctuate between 45 minutes and 65 or so. I think it was 75 at the end of the day, but it was
I think the first day it was like 2 hours for that and Tiana's, but I mean that's not that much worse than some of the other new attractions. So
it's shorter than Peter Pan on a lot of days.
yeah.
There was no much comments about Tiana's queue and waiting times, because actually Tiana during this time of the year, I don't know if probably it's not that cold in Orlando, but sometimes affects the effects because people don't want to get wet, and so we still
Some
need
rain
to
this
see.
week too, wasn't there?
We still need to see that in normal conditions, but. What I noticed with Guardians of the Galaxy is you have always the peak around 9:30, which is pretty, because you have the people from early entry along with the normal guest is starting. They want to start with Guardians, so there's a cumulative effect that. But one thing is true about Guardians is a pretty reliable ride. So they're not having issues, and they're running the queue pretty fast. So it's props for them, and it worked fine. Tiana for me is still it still needs to be tested. I think it is too early for us to and it's too early for us to make any comment.
But in fairness, Splash Mountain did too, so they both broke down a lot. So
and they both had seasonal wait times. To Carlos's point, I mean, Splash Mountain could be very, very, very busy parts of the year, and then not so much.
Sometimes you walk.
So but I think I like the idea of sort of democratizing these attractions and allowing people to decide whether they want to wait in a 1 hour or 2 hour line, as opposed to having to get into scramble to get into a lottery system. I feel like if a family wants to ride an attraction and they're willing to forego riding some other attractions or having other experiences because they really want to experience that one, they should be able to. They paid to get into the park. They've come a long way. They should be able to get on this attraction.
And who's to say it's not the one thing you came to visit? I mean, Tron, a lot of people would travel to ride that. I mean, you get in the park and you realize, oh, I can't ride it today. And that's, I don't feel good about that.
No,
situation.
that's the whole problem. One thing is for you guys to say to me, well, you're gonna have to face it that you're gonna have a long waiting line, but at least you have that option.
You're going to get
and
on
it's an. I mean, Tiana's is a really nice queue. It's
amazing
nice queue to be in, and I've actually wanted to be in the queue longer in some spaces. I'm like, we went through that kitchen area too fast. I didn't get to see everything. Guardians is like that too. Guardians is made to, it's large enough to eat a lot of people. And it's really meant to be experienced. Their queue is meant to be experienced. And too often you just, because of the virtual queue system or the lightning lane system or whatever, you would get through certain parts of that queue too fast. I know it's weird to say that, but that is this is Disney, and that is part of the experience that you're going in for. Even Tron, I know you're waiting outside in parts of that queue and so forth, but the music, the ambient
to look at,
sound, the stuff is a really nice environment. I like the blending of music between Tomorrowland. You can hear the music coming over from Storybook Circus area, and then the train whistle will happen. It's like a really nice mixture of sounds in that area. It's I kind of like the cues for these attractions.
And for instance, for me, it's hard to say about Guardians of the Galaxy, because Guardians of the Galaxy, I need some to be prepared to ride again. And I will have to be loaded with Dramamine and everything, that all the tricky things that will avoid me to get feeling bad after riding, experiencing the ride. But Tiana, I really want to go back as soon as possible. Tiana, it is, for me, was I only experienced twice, okay, and I was, it was hard to go to the third time anymore, because I loved. I think not only, and you're right, buddy, it's not only
the frogs.
No, I think musically speaking, it's one of the best attractions that we have in Disney. The whole musical production, the engineering, everything they did with the ride is it's amazing. So it's for me it's mind blowing, and actually what I really want to do is to experience that ride in California as soon as possible too, because things there were a little bit different, a little bit more. It will be more intense, and I would like to see that. I would like to see that too.
I mean, I think one thing that people aren't really thinking about with some of this that doesn't get enough press is when they take down these virtual queues, they eat a lot more people. You don't have as many people standing around in the park, so they're waiting for a virtual queue to show up that are just sitting around or doing something on their phone or just waiting for the boarding group to be called, and it actually eats people. And at Epcot, that's really needed, and Magic Kingdom, it's really needed, and you get two of them now that are going to eat people in both ends of Magic Kingdom in a park that really needs help right now as far as standing room only crowds, which we noticed for more than ever the last time we were there. I guess it was January, and it was just, especially Epcot with Test Track being down, it's odd some days.
No, but Chris is saying Tiana's is better than Splash. Fight me, and it's not. It's not.
I
disagree.
No, it's not. I know.
It's different.
It's perfect.
It's different.
There's some of it. I think Carlos is right in that. Not that look. There was some classic music featured in Splash Mountain that's amazing, right? Mm-hmm. But the quality of the music and Carlos is right. The engineering of it and it is mind-blowing. Spaces is really, really well done.
Really special. Yeah.
And I actually feel like the story. I know it's still a weird story, and it's not executed perfectly, for sure, but the story is easier to follow going in fresh. Like if you don't know anything about Tiana's, you can still kind of pick up on what this storyline is. Going into Splash Mountain, if you didn't know anything about Song of the South, it was very difficult to follow.
Yeah, it was just there's a lot of people.
It doesn't. It's not going to convince somebody that one's better than the other. But I'm just saying
but because I think this is not the case. This is not a case. It's not a case of being better or what. It is. We don't have Splash anymore, and the one that we have is pretty good. Okay, so it's one thing.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is amazing. So, and I wish
and you get more wet. So people who like to get wet, you get more wet.
Right.
And it didn't happen to me. It happened to me. No, it didn't happen to me actually.
Well, if you sit in the very front, is it in the front or the back?
I think it was in the back. I was in the back. Twice.
The front's the worst. Yeah, I think I was in the back. I was unscathed, but people up front were just demolished.
Yeah, but you always want the back 2 rows.
But one thing about Tiana's, and I have to repeat that, if we have a treatment for every new or every updated attraction, they have this or renew attraction or retheme attraction, they do the same amount of work, love, and dedication that they did to Tiana. It was great. Execution also. So,
I know. Mention Tom Sawyer Island.
No.
Well, that's not getting rethemed.
And for anyone that loves the creative process behind and all the execution work behind a good attraction, they need to pay attention to Tiana's because it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, in fairness, it's just a different Disney than it was 15 years ago. We kind of have to accept that or not go. so it is what it is.
Yeah.
What was your other news?
No, there's the other news. This one here.
A lot of news that we didn't expect here.
There's this permits, the permit filling for a Rock and Roller Coaster, which is
really
yes, and it is already. So things are starting to get moving there, but this permit is regarding to the repainting and additional material added to the guitar. So one thing is,
weird.
So when and now I don't
taking down the branding probably.
No. Yeah.
You think they're doing that already?
I bet
not yet.
It's the Aerosmith branding.
But they yes, that's the point. And a lot of people were concerned, but they need to take this down. They need to take their and they probably they need to add the Electric Mayhem, and
They're just gonna. Well, they won't yet. I mean, it'll just say Rock and
bet
Roller
they'll just
Coaster then,
take
right?
it.
Rock and Roller.
Yeah,
I
bet they'll
really
take the
don't know.
Aerosmith part and have to fix
So,
it.
but
So
there
what
was
will
a lot
happen
of
in that?
reaction.
What will happen in that pre-show room right now? It'll just be black. Just to put a.
I don't
curtain
know.
up.
Well, you
The
might
only
know
thing
Maybe
we-
they'll put
That 'cause it's
Epcot
not a
Forever in
brand.
there.
or the Broadway show. The Broadway is what they do, but there was a lot of
They'll serve
reactions.
sweet corn.
There were a lot of reactions, but the thing is the following: someone found
said
out.
before, you're right.
Somebody found out that there's this permit, and all hell's broke loose because people they're changing. No, there's a permit that could be for. And Colin got it right. Could be only to remove the Aerosmith thing there. So
I bet
that's
it's
the
just
only
the
thing.
outside. I
So-
bet Aerosmith said something and said we don't want our branding on that anymore. You can use.
Well,
the
their
pre-show,
licensing
but,
deal is
Yeah.
running out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so-
and now, and we have to remember Aerosmith now is in Universal Music, and there was a lot of,
That's
it w-
petty legal is what that sounds like to me.
and there's a lot of things there, complicated things in that relation that
Oh,
it
yeah.
is it was pretty it took a long time for them to move from the Aerosmith, and again
There's some odd
if
stuff.
if there was a potential amazing, it will all depend on the execution, but an amazing idea was to bring the Electric Mayhem there.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That's going to be great. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
I
great.
hope, and there's still the whole thing about the execution, but it's all good news in there. So there's nothing bad on that. And Muppets, oh come
Placement's
on!
weird, but other than that,
And that's one thing that building, because I think that we're gonna see more permits coming up with regarding the
they've
building,
gotta
the
do something else
facade,
with
and
that area. Yeah, it has to be different.
all the elevation there. They're gonna do everything. It's going.
None of that area makes any sense once they change some of this. So actually, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now.
It didn't make
so
sense now.
we'll see what they
right? I
do.
mean, it's weird.
Yeah, it's just confusing it. Period.
So we still, oh my gosh, we still have a lot of things to do. Well, one thing that I just like to comment, they're fixing a lot of stuff. In this case here, they're fixing one of the facades in one of the stores in Hollywood Studios. But you can tell in Spaceship Earth, there's a lot of things that you notice there. They're bringing they're bringing a lot of love back.
I was just on it last night, but what did you see in Spaceship Earth? Then?
The smellitizers were working fine. The animatronics were. You could see that it was.
Okay.
There's some
I mean, the
love
paper
there.
boy is still with his back turned.
Yeah. The Pirates of the
Just doesn't
Caribbean,
like you.
Haunted Mansion. You can see, and the sound things are sounding better. There's some love back.
The smells were strong. The smells were good. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, everything was functioning well. The movie was actually nicely. The contrast from the movie was good. I wish they did the refurb that they were going to do. I'd like to see
I don't
that
think it's
done
gonna
at the
happen.
point.
Yeah.
But
But
it will eventually happen. It has to eventually happen
Well,
because
it
stuff will
has
start
to.
to break.
buddy, they
But
need to do.
Wouldn't expect it this year. Let's put it that way.
They need
No,
to
it's
do.
not.
They need to do that. It is. The
And
whole
Dane Judy, they got to change the script. It's the worst script ever. I hate that script.
Oh, I like it.
Buddy,
That's all I've
They-
known, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
call it the first backup system. Oh, they built the first World Wide Web. Oh, the Phoenicians made the alphabet. Like, come on already.
yeah, right.
Love
but,
you, Judy Dench, but come on.
but there's two things.
Well,
There's
she
two
didn't
thi-
write the script. In fairness,
I know.
Two. Let's say good night to our buddy John in UK.
Good night, John.
Thank you, buddy, to be with us here. One thing is that two attractions that we need to pay attention because they desperately need to be, they have loads of maintenance in their ride systems. Is Spaceship Earth and Space Mountain. So they I know that they're
breaks a lot too.
yeah, and they need to reduce a lot of stuff there. So
I
Yeah.
would have no qualms with them gutting Space Mountain and putting in either the Guardians ride system. It doesn't have to spin, or something like that, or putting in the
Something
putting in
smoother,
the
yeah.
system.
Yeah,
That's why I
smooth.
can't write it.
Well, Disneyland's system is
Yeah,
fantastic.
the one in
I
Disneyland
love
is
that.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
but buddy, if they do something like they did in what they have in Paris, the
goes upside
Karen
Space
down.
says,
Mountain.
"Oh yeah, that would be great." I don't think they'll do it, but Karen says, "Bring back Walter Cronkite." Karen, if you go, I'm a big Walter Cronkite fan too. But if you go back and listen to that original, it is boring.
Yeah, yeah.
It is so dry. It is like, oh man, he's totally phoning it in. Like, so I understand why they.
But
they
I need
moved
to
along.
just bring a less new because it's pretty important
what's it
one.
That's
This
not the last
is not the last
Didn't they
one.
already do that?
Airline style adaptive theme park. Yeah, don't they already start it? I mean, Disney World.
No.
I say the world does it.
No,
They don't
no.
do. Yeah.
You have like a schedule that is got already published, and you have the date. No.
Oh, you mean because
It's going to be
you have a
like
certain amount of
airlines.
time. There's a time
Yeah.
limit, right?
Yeah,
But yeah.
Now it's going to be like airline tickets, and you're gonna have a change of price daily, or even you could have different prices in the same day.
Private browser, folks, VPNs.
I'd
Make
almost
sure
rather
clear your
Yeah, I'd
clear your
almost prefer
cookies.
that over
like, oh,
now, though.
Yeah, yeah.
At least you have an
you don't wanna
opportunity to
do that.
potentially get a deal.
And remember, they're doing
it's on now.
they're doing it's what they call the dynamic pricing. They do that in already. They tested in Disneyland Paris. So it was about to happen. I think the only thing that is restraining them or is keeping them to implementing right away is because you have several operators, like travel operators that resell tickets. They need to be there be technology in par with them, and all the
Well, and they
links
just said,
and
what was it last week? They were quoted saying that they're going to reevaluate resort pricing, which is probably overdue. But that'll be interesting too if it's not similar.
yeah. Okay, but buddies.
Well, that's not the last news. You didn't. The important.
There's-
Most important news of the week. We don't have to dwell on, but you have
Which
to
one?
mention it.
Which one?
Kathleen Kennedy, baby.
Oh,
He's really excited about this.
It's the news of the
Yeah.
week. Kathleen
Yeah.
Kennedy's retiring. We're going to get a new head of Lucasfilm. That's amazing. That is amazing. I mean, it's like the arsonists putting their torch down, right? It is fantastic news. And we don't have to spend time talking about like who we would want to be running it or whatever. We can do that another time. But that's big news. That's exciting news.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
exciting.
mean, super exciting news. It's
Yeah,
not.
you're right.
I mean, it would be equally if they said that Jeff Vale was moving on. I'd be excited about that too.
Oh, that's
But,
what would be amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
He'll
Send
probably
it
move
to-
over to Lucasfilm.
Oh, buddies. Okay, so let's where is my thing here? What?
Card?
Yeah, pretend.
Oh, I
You know
forgot
what
we
I
had
have
that,
here?
too.
You know what I have here in my left hand?
What do you have there?
It is a
Let's hope
copy
it's a list.
of tonight's top 10 list. Okay. I lost myself in here. Okay, so tonight's top 10 list is the following topic is. Oh, no, it's not here. Oh, here. Top 10 things you experience at Disney moderate resorts. You guys are ready? You guys are ready? No? We start who is going to be the first? Colin or Jason? Jason or Colin?
Doesn't matter to me.
Nose game.
So you have the list with you guys. So
I'll just read off the
so
screen.
Jason, number 10.
Number 10. The perfect balance of luxury and budget. Kind of. You get a water slide at the pool, but the vending machine still refuses to take your magic band.
Yeah. I'm going to
There's all from the distance there.
Colin, number 9.
Caribbean Beach. Welcome to the tropics in Central Florida. Enjoy the white sand beaches and swaying palm trees right next to the Skyliner station where you can spot Bob from Ohio complaining about the humidity.
What? Why Halloween?
Bob from Ohio is number 8.
The theming is incredible. Port Orleans makes you feel like you're in the Big Easy, but without the beads and regret.
It's my regret.
Short, is
It's
it?
my regret. Colin, number 7.
The bus system is an adventure. Sometimes it's faster to ride a Skyliner, hop a monorail, take a ferry, and walk, just to avoid waiting 45 minutes for a bus. With 45 of your closest friends.
Number 6.
Coronado Springs is the fancy one. Because nothing says moderate like a hotel with a rooftop bar that makes you feel like you should have worn nicer flip-flops.
But this is true. This is so true.
Yes, it is.
It is. When you start to think
like
about the
flip-flops.
moderates.
I mean, I
and
don't
you-
wear flip-flops anywhere.
No,
but,
no, I
I
hate
don't like
flip flops. I don't wear. But
yeah, but my cutoff top, yeah. I will wear my cutoff.
The belly
one thing.
shirt.
One thing is that when you start to think about Coronado Springs, it as a moderate, and it's so different in terms of the benefits and the
No, don't get ahead of yourself.
yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's almost as expensive as the deluxe resorts now. But
Colin, number 5.
Riverside versus French Quarter, the ultimate debate. Do you want to feel like a southern aristocrat in a mansion or just crash in the closest room to hot, fresh beignets at 2 a.m.? Tough call. Really tough call.
Do we have beignets at 2 a.m. there?
Yeah.
I think so. Well, yeah,
sometimes.
because they're at Scat
Used
Cast
to
now,
be.
so yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, good,
Depends.
good. That's a good reason for me to
Late
go back. Jason, number 4.
Caribbean Beach. Tropical vibes, 0 hurricanes, usually. You'll kick back in a hammock, sipping a fruity drink until you realize Florida's forecast is stormy with a chance of daily downpour at 3 p.m. sharp. Lots of
Colin.
hammocks, though. Lots of hammocks.
Colin, number 3.
Room location is key. Stay at the edge of the resort, and your morning power walk to the lobby doubles as a marathon training session. Who needs a Run Disney event when you're already clocking a 5K before breakfast?
It is so true.
Can
It is so
be
true.
torturous.
It is so true.
Get the car. Get the
I mean,
rental
pop
car.
is probably the worst, but it's not a moderate, so.
No, but
Coronato's pretty bad,
Caribbean,
too, if you're on the
Caribbean
backside.
Beach, buddy.
Thank you.
Caribbean
Yeah,
Beach.
that one's tough.
But there are bus stations. There's bus stations around each village, and so you know,
Caribbean Beach is pretty.
Skyliner made that better too. At Caribbean
Yeah,
Beach, if you get stuck on one end,
So now, Jason, number 2.
All right, number 2, Fort Wilderness Cabins. It's roughing it with air conditioning, because the only bears you want to encounter are the country bears, not the ones poking around your picnic basket.
Oh, it's loud.
That's
and
nice to have.
and for
Jason's stealing your
the
picnic basket.
number 1 of the top 10 things you will experience at Disney Moderate Resorts, Colin, it is.
It's called moderate, but let's face it, your wallet still weeps when you see the bill.
So true. So true.
Very true.
So true. And then we lead us to our main talking point of this night, which is the moderate resorts. I'm not a big fan of the moderate resorts, but we have to admit, moderate is only in the name.
I mean, I'll give an example before we really dive into it. I looked at booking one for April for a partial stay, and it was equivalent to stay at the Swan.
Oh,
Yeah. so think about that.
Which one though were you pricing?
Standard Swan, the Westin.
No, which
property.
one? With the which moderate?
Oh,
were you
well, this was all of them. All of them. The only ones you
Oh.
could get that were cheaper were standard rooms, non-preferred, nothing extra. and there were Coronado that were cheaper, and there were the non-preferred rooms, which are the furthest away, obviously. But
back in that
and
desert
Riverside
area.
was almost identical, like within like $5 or $6. Yeah, very odd, but
And depending of your luck, Riverside is also the ones that you're gonna walk a lot, and everything
yeah, it can be.
everything far. I think
Preferred rooms are worth it. Yeah.
I think the only one that is things are closer is actually French Quarter, could be.
Which sadly isn't on the discount a lot of times anymore.
Yeah,
if you're a
that's
pass
right.
holder
That's right. You're right.
Yeah, so, but you might get lucky. Sometimes it is.
But buddy, Jason, try to. You guys need to help me there because we have a whole mechanism of things here that are gonna get totally lost. But let's discuss about. We want to somehow to come up with the best options or our chosen ones in terms of some variables that we pick up here. So we're ready. For some of them, they're gonna have pictures. Others we're gonna only discuss. But we have some pictures here for.
Do you want to explain like what we're doing?
Yeah. You explain that. I will try to understand. I will not be. I'm not going to be able to explain that. I'm not going to be able to explain.
I'll explain it to you the way I explained it to Michelle. I like the idea of talking about moderate resorts was not the most exciting thing for me, right? But I think Colin suggested the topic because we never really talk about the moderate resorts.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of things that we like about the moderate resorts, so we wanted to talk about it. But also, there's only 5. And there's what are you going to say? So instead of just kind of like sitting here and talking about it, I said, well, what if we made it like a game, almost like a fantasy football draft sort of thing, where we're assembling, instead of assembling our team, we're assembling our moderate resort, right? Like kind of like the best moderate resort that we can assemble. So that was the idea. And so what we're going to, I shared a screenshot for them earlier so they know I wasn't cheating or anything. And we have the selection order already picked in terms of who's going first in each round and so forth. But the rounds will be that you start with picking your resort, right? And that's basically going to lock in the theme and style, right? The name, the theme, the style of the resort. Okay. From there, the second round, we pick the location. So yeah, you could pick up, you could pick Port Orleans, French Quarter, and stick it over in the Epcot resort area or something like that if you wanted to. So there'll be that. Then the next round will be picking a sit-down restaurant, and these have to come from a moderate resort. You can't take a deluxe resort restaurant and stick it in a moderate. It has to be one of the moderate resort restaurants. Then we're going to pick a food court, and then finally we'll pick a pool. I suggested we also have a wild card round. We'll see, I guess, how we're doing for timing when we get to the end of that. But this eventually is going to be, it's like one of those little flip books. You never had those flip books where you have like animals and like the head is one animal and the body is another animal and the legs are another animal. It's kind of like that. We're kind of doing a little Frankenstein.
That's the most Jason example I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
Now you got me lost already when you said moderate.
Moderate resort.
Mary got him Frankenstein resort. Yeah.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah. So the order. What did I say? The order. I had the draft order here. Hold on. I sent you guys a picture. So round 1, Colin regrettably gets the first pick. So he'll get to pick his resort first. Then me. And then Carlos, and then we'll continue on. Round 2 we'll start with Carlos, then it'll be me, then it'll be Colin, and then round 3, me, Carlos, Colin, then Carlos, Colin, me, and so forth. We have 5.
Well, you could please coordinate. So we're gonna start with this. So with the resort itself.
Yeah, and this will be Colin's pick.
Okay.
Pick number 1.
I'm gonna go to the oddball of the group, actually, which is going to surprise no one knowing me, but. I'm taking the resort name of Fort Wilderness. May or may not take the location. We'll see if I get it or not. But
so you're taking the cabins. You're taking the cabins of Fort Wilderness.
I am. I'm taking that theming because it's similar to Wilderness Lodge. You can do a lot with it as far as further down my list of things that I can work into the space that I think are things Disney should have done years ago. Truth be told, because there's a lot of opportunity there, and it's a great spot. There's a lot of things growing up around it, and I like the theming. I like the outdoorsy theme without having to be in the outdoors because I don't like camping. So having the option to experience something like that, be it Wilderness Lodge or Fort Wilderness, because we can't choose Wilderness Lodge, second best option. I think there's a lot to do there.
I'm surprised. I'm shocked.
I'm surprised, but yeah, it is amazing. And I was really surprised that cabins were considered moderate. But they used to be before. They used to be in the luxury category. But it is an amazing experience. Depending on the time of the year that you're taking it, it's just amazing. For Halloween, you can, if you get the golf cart and you can go around and see, it's amazing. It's great.
And where we are piecing this together, there's a lot of things you can do with that space as a result of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes.
Yeah. Well, you threw me because I figured with the first choice you'd go somewhere else, but now I'm like my whole plan is
There's
off.
3 on my list actually, just in
case. My whole plan is off now.
You know one thing, you guys got you got the luxury as you understood the thing. You got prepared before. I'm commando here. I'm totally commando here. I'm free.
Please
You're not wearing
don't
your
stand
purple
up.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh man, I just didn't expect you to go. I had this whole other idea. As soon as I saw you were going first, I was like, okay, I got to come up with a plan B.
You gotta figure this out.
And now that's out the
Where
window.
did you
Okay,
think
well,
I was
I'm
gonna go? That's the question.
I thought you were gonna take the one I'm gonna take. I thought you were gonna take Disney's
which
Coronado
is?
Springs Resort. Disney's Coronado Springs Resort.
No, it was
I
third
mean,
on the
baby.
list actually.
No, sorry.
That's not it.
No,
Not
it's,
it.
yeah.
That's it. Oh, there's my girl right there. Oh, look at that.
And actually Colin Kendall's picture.
Beautiful.
The funny thing is, I
Look
think
at
I've
that
stayed
reflection.
there more than any resort on property, and I didn't pick.
Yeah. I mean, this is so. Truth be told, when several years ago, when Michelle and I were celebrating one of our wedding anniversaries, we stayed here. We actually chose to stay here. I love not just Grand Casino Tower, but all of the Disney's Coronado Springs Resort area. That is, I like the different theming of the different areas. I love the little Melrose Place like areas in the casitas. I like the what do they call it? The beach. What's the beach area called? I forget what that's called. But all the different themings. That I think that the music is amazing. Just the ambient nature of this resort is really, really special. And yes, it is borderline deluxe pricing, but it's still technically moderate
tower,
category.
though. Only the tower.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. If
Yeah,
you want
the
to stay in
rest
the
of the rooms
casitas,
aren't too bad, really.
reasonable. Yeah. So yeah, I'm real happy with this. I'm really happy with this. Now I gotta come
I
up
mean,
with
if
the
we
rest of
want
my plan.
specific numbers, while Carlos is thinking here for a second, I want to say
No, there's 2 things I'm thinking. There's some comments about something that I said that probably the meaning that I have in Portuguese is totally different from one in English, and I'm so scared to get to know what is the meaning in English, because when you go alone in a military operation in Brazil, we say we're going in the commando way, which is a soldier going there with no. Okay, that's
well,
it.
Well, I mean, it
that's
sort
one
of means
meaning of
that.
it here.
Yeah,
It is
it's a soldier going alone without any
We'll
protection.
explain later.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Hang loose, buddy.
Okay. So is it so? Jason took Colin took cabins. Jason took Coronado Springs, and actually, despite the fact that I really love Coronado Springs, but in terms as a moderate, for me, one of my favorite ones is Disney's Caribbean Beach.
Yeah.
Actually,
that was the one I was going to pick if I couldn't get Coronado.
Disney's Caribbean
For
Beach.
years.
Disney's Caribbean Beach is that I think it is, well, it was the first moderate. It was the first Disney moderate resort. Second,
was probably there the year it opened.
Almost there, almost there. But what happened is that it's also this is what they did when after after Disney Skyliner, okay, and that's after they did the whole thing that they did with Riviera and placed in Riviera. All the transformation that Caribbean Beach went through with all those two new things, it was improved so much the resort. I think it's just so much better. It's so much, it is another experience. So for me, it is actually is not only the Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, but it's the new version of the Disney Caribbean Beach Resort with a perfect location. You can see from the shores of that lake that nobody knows the name. You can see the Skyliner, which is beautiful. You have the Skyliner for you, which you use.
Hourglass Lake.
No, Hourglass Lake is the one. No,
it's the one further down.
It's the one further down. Nobody knows.
There's no name.
There's no name. It is a problem. Everybody tried to look. There's no name for that lake. So
this is the one that Greg. This is the one that Greg, I think, tried to change on Wikipedia to something. Anyway. We can keep going. He's not here.
Yeah, but there's no name for it. Well, the lake with no name, you can if you in the shores there you can see not only the Skyliner and the rest of the different areas for Caribbean Beach, but also you see by far you see the Riviera is beautiful. Everything, the whole experience there is beautiful. So and it was actually
there. Yeah.
It is
it's
my
nostalgic
favorite
for us. I mean, I probably haven't stayed there in 15 years, but we used to go every year. That was where we went to Caribbean Beach. I mean, we used to pay $100 a night to stay there. That tells you how long ago it was. But yeah.
So let's move to the other one, to the other criteria, which is location.
So location, yeah. And this is your pick now. You get to go again.
I'm the first one.
First. Yeah, you get to go first now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you had to go last the first round. Now the second round, you go first.
Okay. Well, when it comes to location, sorry to repeat myself, but again, Disney's Caribbean Beach for all the reasons that I explained.
You're going to put it right in the same. So you're just going to leave it where it is.
Yes, location.
I can't blame him.
Okay,
it's not a bad idea. Yeah.
It is. It is actually you have the Skyliner. It is really close to Epcot. It is really close to Disney Hollywood Studios. It's close to Disney Springs. It is an amazing location, and you have the Skyliner, and also you are in walking distance. Well, you can walk to Disney's Riviera, to another neighbor resort, and can we walk to Pop Century and Art of Animation too?
You can ride. I don't think you can walk.
I know you can walk, but you can.
You ride Skyliner.
You grab the Skyliner.
Lake too, if you can go that way,
and you can go to Disney's Boardwalk. But in terms of location, it is
by far the cheapest that's on that loop outside of Pop Century, which I wouldn't really put on that loop. It's just kind of a side, but
yeah. But probably in terms of value, in terms of if you judge a value, that's why and it's not in the category, but Pop Century is one of the best options because you have Pop Century is just a fly away in the
it's a little ways from Epcot, but not bad. It's still better than a bus.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the second one now?
I go next. And again, like I'm thrown here. I'm definitely moving this because I hate the location of Coronado Springs.
Really?
It's got the it's got.
It is the worst.
But you have to pick another moderate spot.
No,
I can
pick
it anywhere.
I can take wherever.
You made the rules.
The problem
I don't
is
know.
I don't want to necessarily displace something, right? So in my defense, before anybody attacks me, okay, just imagine it's like this area has some like stretchy pants, like so like we're just gonna fit it in, okay? Don't worry about the fact that it's right. We're not replacing anything. We're just gonna fit it in. At first, I thought about maybe we just replace where Riviera is located and put in Coronado Springs there. I was like, no. Since
That's
I can pick anything,
idea.
that was what I was going to go with until Carlos decided to leave
Makes a lot
his
of sense,
there.
actually.
and I'm like, I'm gonna move this. I'm moving this. I'm moving it to Seven Seas Lagoon, baby. Moving it to Seven Seas Lagoon.
Where though? Where?
I don't care. Oh, we can put it
I don't
between
care.
wherever. It doesn't matter. We're gonna put it. We can put it. Let's imagine that we could put it between.
Is it Parkside though?
Yeah. What do you mean, Parks? It'll be
Would you
Parkside.
put it on like the park side, or would you put it on like the Polynesian side?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm thinking you wedge it. And again, no one pull out a Google map or anything. Don't tell me about what we can't do because
There's
of
room
whatever.
for a resort.
I'm saying there's space between the TTC and Contemporary, and we should slide it. We just doop, bloop, beep it.
Yeah, it's
slide
not
it in
stable,
there.
but it could fit there. They could figure it out.
Just pretend. We'll just
Yeah.
pretend that it can fit there. I think, it would be so. Because people are like raving about watching the fireworks now from the new tower.
that would be awesome.
The new,
Yeah.
and now imagine the rooftop bar watching the fireworks from the rooftop. Oh, baby, yes, it would be.
Yeah,
it would
that's
be
a
like
good one.
be better than Contemporary. Yeah, sit in Dahlia, or we don't necessarily have Dahlia, I guess, but
But you have
sit up there.
options,
Yeah, we have options.
which is good.
Oh, I
'Cause
love
you
it.
could Toledo, like. I miss fireworks views from Toledo, but we may get to that.
And that's one thing that is well, I would not complain about the views that you have from Dahlia, and the balcony there is beautiful, and you can see you can see Disney Hollywood
It was better
Studios.
when they were doing fireworks
But,
shows at Hollywood Studios that were bigger.
Yeah, but it is a Toledo is a totally, you have sunset views, but you don't have actually.
It's not like Riviera. It's Riviera.
Yes, that's Riviera has amazing.
I
view.
mean that's why arguably that would be a really good spot as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyway,
Colin.
Colin's turn.
All right,
Where are you
mine's
sticking your
easy.
cabins, Colin? You leaving
I'm
them?
leaving them there. I'm leaving them there because I think what's
That's
going
a
to come
smart
to
move.
life is the rest of my list. So I'm leaving them there. We can just
All right.
move on.
Are you just rebuilding the cabins at Fort Myers?
So
wish.
Colin is doing the same thing. He's keeping his choice with.
I'm keeping it there because I think I'm going to build this out other ways.
Okay.
He is. So
This is
so
where I
now,
have the shortcomings. Is further down the list.
Yeah. So now I have to go first. Hold on a second. So I have to go first on picking out
my
the
list.
sit-down restaurant. And this,
I've
and
got
this is the
everything I
question:
wanted so far.
do I move to try to block Colin, or do I?
I have an odd one that's a follow up though.
I mean, the
I
thing
have
is, I
multiple options here.
I want to change things up. Like, from a theming standpoint, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to stick some of these into, Coronado Springs.
You don't have to take it all. You could take just the experience and change the menu. Does that help you?
Could I change the theming of the show, or the experience
Carlos?
rather?
It's funny. No, you can. No, you're not going to change it. Well, good. Yeah.
Well, why can't I change the theme? Like so,
Yeah.
so like.
It has to be a similar concept, but you can change.
Yeah. You can tweak a little bit, but not that much. Not too ready. But
Okay. So this is what I'm doing.
I'm totally naive in this game. That's why I'm always losing this thing about the fantasy game, because for me it's like, pick the one you like and this is. That's why I always lose in this fantasy game.
So this is what I want to do. Now this, you have to give me a little bit of some leeway here because it's technically not a restaurant.
Is it a lounge? I'll give you a lounge.
Oh, it is a lounge. Okay.
So I'm actually I was gonna like steal the Scat Cats Club lounge.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna turn it. I'm totally cheating now. I'm gonna turn that. I'm gonna turn that into like a Spanish guitar show instead of it being
okay.
like kind of
I think that makes sense.
But it's also gonna be like a supper club.
Okay, that's a stretch.
What is a supper club? Now you're getting,
Because here's the thing, Port Orleans French Quarter doesn't have a restaurant, right? So I'm basically taking the restaurant,
That's
the only
true.
thing that Port
Yeah,
Orleans
they
French
used to.
Quarter
They don't anymore.
has. I'm taking what they have, and I'm gonna. Carlos, you know what a supper club is? We went to it in Lisbon. We went to the. What do they don't call it a supper club there? They call it what do they experience with the women, the people singing? What do they call it?
the fado.
Yeah, so imagine a Spanish guitar version of
that.
that. Like where we're also like
So it's a dinner,
a
a dinner show. It's a dinner with a show. That's a supper show. separate
Which
club.
I mean, that's kind of what Scat Cats was designed to be. It used
And I
to
don't,
be
and I'm doing this to be generous to Colin because my other choice was to steal. My other choice was to take the Hoop-Dee-Doo and retheme that. But
oh no, I'm not taking that one. I don't like Hoop-Dee-Doo. I refuse to go. That's just all kinds of uncomfortable to me. so
Why?
we're good. I have
Whoa,
no interest
now
in
we're
Hoop-Dee-Doo.
touching some secrets here. Oh,
now we're gonna go.
Chris
Now we
and
have to
Evan
go.
tried to get me to do this, and I have no interest. I don't like things that I can be called on stage. I don't like it.
Oh, and you
It's way out
100%
of my
are getting
comfort
called on
zone.
stage. 100%
Exactly. That's the problem.
100%.
And I know
Yeah.
it'll be that way, so I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got there, but here we
so
are.
the second is
Okay.
is-
So the
Is it
next
me?
pick. So the next pick would be. No, this is Carlos's pick now.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, don't screw me over, Carlos.
I think I will.
Oh, great.
Because I know, and to be fair, I'm not.
I'll take
I'm
it.
not,
That's gonna be great.
I'm not playing here. I'm picking actually my favorite. So for me,
Don't do it, Carlos.
so for me is my favorite, and there's no way because if you take the four options that we have, and for the moderates, and I'm for the four real
not
option.
cheating like Jason?
I'm not creating anything. Actually, it is one of my favorite restaurants in all Disney World, and actually, all the good moments that I have with that restaurant. Actually, the best moment we included one time that was me, Jason, and Colin there. So that's why I have some fond memories. And this is the Three Bridges at Coronado Springs. Okay, the
Yeah,
Three
that
Bridges.
screwed me over.
Are you doing like a Caribbean theme? Like a Caribbean theme?
No, I will not change anything.
Why? You gotta wait. You can't have.
It would make sense if you changed
Oh,
the
okay.
Yeah.
So so the
Can you
idea.
imagine like if that's like a little tropical thing going on?
Yes. So now I got the whole idea. Okay, got it.
Took him a minute. Carousel had to come back on now.
So imagine this in the middle of the lake that we know, the lake with no name.
Yeah.
A bar in
yeah.
the middle with the lake with no name. That's
Or it could be,
the
it could be like a little offshoot of the island. They had that little island with the little seating
But where
areas and the
Sebastian's
playground
is
and
now, you could have just taken
No.
it.
with the sides because you can see
fly.
you can see the Skyliner in the background
yeah.
and the
No, I think
views.
it's a
Sorry,
great
the
spot.
views,
It's a beautiful
the views,
spot.
and the even far away the Riviera. You can see the Riviera shores. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
that's and I
To bring back the original menu.
because it did change a lot.
It's changed a tremendous amount. Yeah. The original menu was spectacular.
It was a burger with
Anyway. The burger was there. The burger stayed there, so you'll get the burger either way. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Now I got but I don't know how it's going. I'm going to move ahead with it, but let's see. Let's see.
I'll
Destroyed my crown jewel of the entire experience.
Oh, were you taking Three Bridges?
I was taking Three Bridges. It was going to be on the water on Bay Lake. Now I'm screwed. So I'm going to pivot here, and I could go two
Still have boat
places.
rights.
I actually think I am going to go to boat rides, and I'm changing the menu. Actually, I like boat rides, oddly enough. But
No,
I think
no, sorry.
everything at Fort Wilderness, they need a new
No.
table service restaurant. And if you put boat rides or something similar to it out by the edge of the water, rethemed it a little bit, you had that same kind of woody interior, kind of a old school type kind of look. I think you could make it work. You could also have kind of the paddle wheel type thing that I don't know what that thing's actually called. It's a mill wheel of some variety. Out front could be kind of cool to have on the edge of Bay Lake. You could improve your views a bit. You can make that maybe a glass wall or something that you can experience Bay Lake, because really at Fort Wilderness there's nowhere that you can, beyond that little stretch of beach, everything sits back so far that you don't really get to enjoy Bay Lake in quite the way that you do at Wilderness Lodge or Contemporary. And I think that's kind of the slow spot for that resort. And yeah, they do it on purpose to some extent, but you just took out I'm drawing a blank. What was the restaurant right inside? Had Hoop-de-Doo's Kitchen.
Oh, Trails End or
Trails End. Thank you. I loved that place. I think you could take that type of a menu and put it along the water's edge, and an experience like this that was not so heavily show themed, and you can experience a lot of things at Fort Wilderness. And if you have the cabins, you have the new property coming next door, you could make something of that. So
I can see that.
Wasn't my first choice.
I
but,
see it now. I see it now.
Think it
But
could
yeah,
be fun.
yeah, you missed Three Bridges on the.
Yeah, it would have been great.
That would have been amazing.
And you
I mean, I
could have
like
put it on the backside. Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to work out the other things here, but now I got the whole idea, and I wish I had.
Carlos, you killed me. And you
That
didn't
was
even
really
know.
unfortunate. That was unfortunate. We should have had a veto power somewhere in here. Like,
Say,
all right,
the golden button.
all right. So let me see who's going next. So next is going to be
Food court now.
Carlos goes next, and yes, we're on to the food court selection.
Oh my gosh. So let me think. Now I have to think. Now I have to think because
Think.
yeah, and now I'm trying to play a game here and thinking about the food courts. And I have to admit I'm not a big fan of the moderate food courts. And
That's fair.
Some of them are decent. One in particular is very good, but it doesn't really work for me in this case.
yeah, that my point is how it's going to make it work in this case. But I will try to do the following. Let me pull up some ideas here. So we're talking about the Sasagula Floatworks and Food Factory. But I'm bringing the whole thing of the Sasagula, which is a little bit like of a Mardi Gras.
So this is the one you're taking? This is what you're choosing?
Yes, this is one I'm choosing. And the way that I'm adding to Caribbean Beach is because we're thinking when the Sasagula is a little bit kind of Mardi Grassy or has that, we're bringing to the vibe of the of the Bahamian Carnival. Bahamian Carnival, and actually, but with the setup that they have in Sasagula River, that is much better than the one that they have in Caribbean Beach now. So it's continuing in Caribbean Beach, but now it's transforming that the Sasagula.
Old Port Royal or whatever it is, kind of odd.
It is kind of odd because it's actually, but despite the fact that they corrected a lot of stuff with the new transformation of the new version of the Caribbean Beach,
got way better.
Yeah. It is still far. It is still very far.
It can be a big hike.
So that's one of the tricky things about. Actually, it is a tricky thing about the moderate resort. If not, or Coronado Springs if you stay in the Grand Destino.
Yeah, unless you're in Destino. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to food court. Who's the next one?
Is it Jason or is it me?
So this is round. Hold on, we're on round 4 now, right? So this would go to Colin.
All right. Well, he took the one I wanted to take, so I'm gonna piggyback on my mill idea from the previous. I'm gonna attach Riverside Mill to this.
Man,
because I like Riverside Mill. I think it's unique. I think it holds a lot of people. I think it would fit the area pretty well. You wouldn't have to retheme it that much. If you pair that with Boat Rides Next Door and you just redo menus for both of these, you can really make something cool on the edge of Bay Lake. But my other one is kind of a cheat. I don't think it counts as quick service. I was going to say River Roost, but I don't think I can take that one. I'd love to see River Roost over there. Something like Yeehaw Bob or a little show experience that anybody can
the River Roost is the bar next to
yeah, with the piano and that. I think that'd be cool because you'd get people coming over from Magic Kingdom that would go visit Fort Wilderness or maybe before. And
you have like
show.
a country or something
like a country band or something like that.
That would be great.
Pre like I don't want to say pre-show, but like an area that people can hang out before they went to the Hoop-de-Doo. Instead of just milling around outside. I could use
something like that in Caribbean Beach too. They have something similar, but that like
fun.
Jason.
How we've ruined
food court,
Jason.
So
He's so mad. You can see it on his face.
I just cheated very quickly just now. So yeah, so I'm excited now about my.
That's the second time if we're keeping count.
I totally reached for some AI assistance because okay, I want to do this, but I needed to fit with this. So what can I do? And it rescued me. It saved me. Thank you, AI. Thank you.
This is the story of his life right now.
It totally is. So I am taking Crockett's Tavern.
Crockett's. Oh, okay. I can see that. Does that still count because it's not there anymore?
It's on the list. It was on the list.
It's just a walk-up window now. It used to be so good.
Okay, so which is Crockett's Tavern?
Where you ordered the giant chicken bucket?
Yeah, you get the chicken bucket, but also it has a little tavern inside.
Which one?
Wasn't it Carlos who ordered the wrong thing and ended up
Yeah,
with
he got like the Thanksgiving meal, basically.
The place that I asked for fried chicken, I got fried chicken for a year.
Yes.
I thought that
chicken.
I thought
You want to know why
place,
chicken prices so? Carlos.
Carlos.
I love that place.
Yeah.
Their food was good.
I love fried chicken, but it was a lot of fried chicken.
But now instead,
I don't know what you can get there now.
It's going to be. It's not going to be Crockett's Tavern. It's going to be River Cantina.
Did AI give you that too?
It did. It totally did. And they actually gave it to me in Spanish, which I'm like Cantina del Rio. That's even more scale. And like I already smell. It smells like the Mexican pavilion. Yeah. And so instead of it being this frontier outpost, it's going to be reimagined this historic lakeside cantina where travelers and explorers and I don't even know what the hell that's the word I'm not going to say. Anyway, it's rustic, it's refined. It's got Spanish tile work, exposed wooden beams, lantern lighting. Oh, it's so nice in there. It's lovely. There's even a drink menu, but I won't get into it.
No, and the good thing is he totally admitted that he shitted because it's.
He didn't take anything.
No, he's not.
No, it's Crockett's Taverns. I had to retheme it.
He's just type it on AI and says save my day. So
I did. I literally this is almost the word for word what I said. You got to save me, and I need to somehow make Crockett's Tavern fit into Coronado Springs, and voila.
But I like the idea, and I like the whole.
I mean, the mezcal cocktails I'm excited about too.
So, guys, for the last attribute, so it's we're talking about pool.
You know what we totally forgot to throw in here. We don't need to, but we totally forgot to talk about stores. Like the
one thing, and actually, yes.
Some of these modern resorts have fantastic stores.
I think the one in French Quarter.
Take it instead of the wild card.
No, the one in Riverside. The one in Riverside is.
I think the one. I think Coronado Springs, but also I think Caribbean Beach has a really nice store.
Yeah, that's too.
Is really nice.
But my favorite one is for sure. There's the one in Riverside. Riverside is beautiful
cool stuff,
and have those. Not puppets, but those characters and playing around. This is amazing. Okay, guys. So
now it's going to be it's the original. So it's going to be Colin and then me and then Carlos on this.
Okay,
one. So.
Now I'm screwed. Yeah, no problem. Okay.
I am. So this is the one that I was hoping that I'd get because it makes the most sense. And Fort Wilderness desperately needs a different pool. So. The one I'm going to take is probably the most logical one. It's the swimming hole pool from Riverside. I think that's a cool area. You could kind of do a river country-esque overlay to it, which I think they should have done several times over years ago at Fort Wilderness because it's a huge opportunity.
It is not a far stretch. This is one fits.
It's not huge. It just needs to be elaborated upon, and you could have a lot of the elements at a slide that is different. I think it would be really cool if you put it out there by the beach. You could kind of inlay those two things together, and then it kind of grows into something like Yacht and Beach Club, like that type of area. You could have so many different layers to that experience, and get people to come over, have dinner, see some music at the River Roost, if we will. I think you could make a really good kind of destination property out of Fort Wilderness if you did some of these things, and they might do it next door. We'll see.
I love that idea. I think that's the perfect pick for your resort. And if you hadn't picked it, I was going to pick it. So that's
You're gonna steal it.
yeah, I was totally going to steal it. I think
There's
it's a
lot
great,
of good
it's a great
moderate
pool
pools,
area.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there really are. The theming of the pools are really nice. Some of the features. It's not like a cookie
They're
cutter.
better than some of the
approach to it.
deluxe pools.
They are better than some of the deluxe pools.
Like
yeah,
Boardwalk's
absolutely.
pool, it's terrible.
Yeah, now that the clown's gone.
True. I'd rather go to the
Anyway.
BBC pool at Boardwalk.
My turn, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so I think this is one where I'm gonna pull a Colin. I'm keeping the pool at Coronado.
It's a good pool.
The one with the 50-foot Mayan pyramid replica and the giant slide and
It's right here. Yeah.
yeah, it's fantastic.
One of the biggest hot tubs on property too.
Oh, I've never been in it.
Yeah.
What
I
the
don't think I have
biggest
either,
what?
but it's there. The
What-
hot
what?
tubs.
Large.
Oh,
big hot
really?
tub. Do you get a
Yeah.
little whirlpool going? You like walk around in circles and get a big get everybody.
No,
get
No,
all-
I've never been in it.
I've been in it, but I didn't know that was the biggest. So it's
Yeah, it's one
yeah.
of the largest on property, at least when it was built. I don't know if it's still the case, but when you think about it, there's not a whole lot of large ones on property, so because it's Florida.
Well, there it is, still Florida. Yeah, so I love that this pool's great. I think the
Yeah.
pool's a little far for some of the areas at Coronado Springs. So we'll
It's
fix that,
written
but,
and
Unless you're in that
it-
one preferred like lake water view room section behind it there, that's a great spot. But other than that, actually, it's probably the most ideal spot if you get a preferred room.
I
yeah, it's not convenient for the tower, that's for sure, and it's not convenient for the casitas.
and Jason,
And if
I
you're on
have
that
to
left side,
for the
it's a
first
long
time
way.
in this game that I was not aware that was a game. Someone stole something from me. So that's because
see
I
how it
have
feels?
because I have to admit, it's not only that this is what was supposed to be my pick as a moderate pool, but this pool, the one in Coronado Springs, I think is one of the most beautiful and one of the most special in the whole property.
Oh, you were going to take it
Cool
from
at
me?
night too.
No, I'm not gonna take it. No, but
No, you were going to take it.
I was thinking about take it, but
We should have let each other steal one. That should have been the final round.
But I
you
would
get
do
to
the
steal
following.
one back.
for my pick and pool, and so in thinking about the
Yeah,
way
pick
that
and
I would do the following: am I allowed to pick attributes of other pool that's not moderate?
No.
I'd say you could take
gotta pick a
multiple
moderate pool.
moderates and combine them
I
to
would
one pool.
I will
but you
pick a
can't-
moderate
you can't
pool.
do
So
deluxe.
okay. So my
You can
pool,
retheme it a little bit.
yes, it will continue to be the one at Caribbean Beach Resort.
I love that pool.
Okay.
Okay, but I will retheme it in a way. I will bring elements of Stormalong Bay.
You can't bring elements of Stormalong Bay.
Oh yes, yes. I will bring the sand. I will bring the sand.
The sand.
I will
There's
bring
sand
the
already
sand.
there.
No, no,
It's just around the corner.
no.
One day the kids come out from beach club and they're like, "What, Mama? What
But it will
happened?
be.
What happened to the sand?"
He put it in the pool.
Bad man, that
I
bad
will
man
bring- I
Commando
will-
Carlos. took
but
it.
that's the thing that it is. What thing is missing in this pool that is really beautiful, but is the element of the Caribbean and actually the beach. So that the whole thing is to have a zero entry, sandy bottom.
He's re-engineering. All right.
Uh,
I mean, given what
then-
I did, I have to let him do this.
Yes, now I can
of
do
all the
that.
people here,
Okay,
yeah.
now I can. Don't. You're the least one that could say anything about that. Okay, because then, so can you imagine that rearranging that pool with a zero entry, with a sandy bottom, with a sandy beach there, and in the sandy beach, with the inspired in Stormalong Way,
Careful how you say
I will have. Yeah, now I'm not. Don't tell me what is the meaning of the second meaning of the word because I will not sleep tonight. I was not sleeping. I'm pretty.
Could be worse.
Yeah, but then what is along the sandy bottom layer with close to the pool? We're gonna have that bar that Colin also brought to the Fort Wilderness, but it's going to be
My
a
stolen mention.
but it's going to be a Caribbean reggae ska bar in the sandy beaches there.
Like a
It's
swim-up
going to-
bar? Like a swim-up bar?
Yes, like, you know,
Right.
and it's going to be a fun vibe. You know, it's instead of having this
Opposed to a
fortress,
terrible one.
but it's the idea is to have a let's party. Let's have some reggae and good time.
Yeah.
With
I will
the-
totally allow for like you to add a swim-up bar. If you want to add a swim-up bar to that's
In
totally
the
what's
pool, I'll
needed.
take that. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, is there even one on property?
and
I don't think so.
I don't think there
Uh,
is.
and voila, I took the obscure tools that Jason and Colin both of you, because Colin also brought another thing there and was hiding in the sleeves there. So it's voila, I fix it. So yeah, so I love my option. So it's crazy. You can
Well, I
imagine
think that was good.
So we like the audience to write what you think, which is the best option. You know, the Coronado Springs with place in Seven Seas Lagoons with let me see with try to resume
Can't
your
reiterate that.
yeah. It's all over. It is.
Pick a person and move on.
Yeah, pick your option. Pick your option, and then let's move on. Someone is trying to what?
Make a weird sound.
Yeah. So
Or we just crumple up the list. What in the hell is he?
what's that, buddy? What's that?
What are those? Those just those wax bottle cap things?
Yeah,
there's a
it's a candle.
My mother got me. Wax bottle. Yeah, cool. Hold on.
I never.
Got it down as
So-
beverage.
So there's
it's-
Have
beverage
you ever
there.
seen these?
No, never.
Carlos, you've never seen these?
No,
Oh, this isn't
The problem
what,
is-
an American
the problem-
80s candy?
The problem is you end up with a
Mouthful of wax that you gotta spit back out? Just swallow it. Just swallow it. You swallow it.
No. Oh, that's true. That's true.
you can. So that's
Don't cut,
something.
Carlos.
You,
Don't
you,
cut. You'll
you
have to
can't-
do it on camera.
you cannot swallow the wax.
I mean, you can. It's just wax. It's a wax bottle.
Yeah.
But what
Who does
do you
that?
have inside? Is a
It's like
beverage?
little
A
liquids.
sugary liquid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sugary
It's
liquid.
like one
It's
thing like
candy.
tastes like different lemonade or fruit
Oh, it's
punch
not.
or-
It's not alcoholic.
No.
No, but that's a brilliant idea.
But it's
we need to sell those.
Jason. What's that sound? Please, can you explain me?
Well, I mean, somebody's got to. What's that sound? Is my favorite, your favorite, Colin Kendall's favorite segment here on After Hours, where we will play for you a wee little bit of sound somewhere in Walt Disney World, and your job,
Like the pig?
should you choose to play along, your job is to tell us what the sound is. Be as specific as possible. Be as specific as possible, because if you win, we'll do this 3 times. If you get all 3 correct tonight, I'm almost at a.
Be careful.
You will win a free lakeside dinner with Carlos's Purple Finest.
He might be commando.
He might be
What?
special bonus. Special bonus.
What is commando?
Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him in the comments. Nobody tell him.
I'm dying here. AI.
For now on, I'm just gonna always consider Carlos as being commando.
That's commando. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Some things we don't
Chat
need to know,
GPT.
but-
Okay, well, I have to do the show here. I don't want to be able to look, but I would go to AI. Okay, let's go to the first sound. Okay, let me just turn on the volume here. Turn up the volume. Okay.
Above the volume.
Get ready here. Let me see what's the sound. Yeah. So first sound in 1, 2, and oh, by the way, everything will be easy tonight. What is gonna be easy? In 1, 2, and 3.
Every one of them wrong.
Okay, I will repeat it from here. This is easy.
So many jokes. So many jokes.
And repeating in 1, 2, and 3, and it's going to be less time, but it's too easy.
I can only see a couple places where this could be. In the
Easy.
Disney realm.
It is easy.
I mean,
Is
but
this
it could
familiar
be
to
different
where I live?
places.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, different place. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
No,
it could be a couple. I count 3.
This is horse barns.
Actually, no, I count 4.
Horse at you're right. Horse at the Don Sawyer Island. Trolley on the main
Andrew's right
street.
now.
Kind of thinking
that.
a real horse, but
Trolley on Main Street. I'm not. Yeah, no. Actually, I'm getting that. Probably it's not that easy. Yeah.
No.
Main Street or at the ranch. Oh, look. Trolley on Main Street. Yeah.
Circle K.
Megan said horse at Tri-Circle
K is like
Ranch.
grocery
Tri-Circle.
store.
I know. Tri-Circle. Circle
K
K.
is-
I'm hungry. I'm hungry
gas
now.
station.
I'm hungry. Yeah.
What? But is it good for food?
Yeah, they have food. Yeah, they do.
I don't think I'd eat there.
No. I mean,
You eat food from a Circle K?
sure, if you're doing a road trip,
Horse at
100%.
Tri-Circle Ranch.
It's a roller hot dog.
Yeah, we already, and actually, Megan was the one who got it right in the first cases. So the review is, this is the fault.
Until Jason
So,
clears his sinuses. too.
Tri-Circle Ranch. I love that place. I love it. And the last 2 times that I went there, no, not 2 times. Yeah, it was with Jason. Or was the last time? No,
Didn't
no.
we all go once?
We all went there. Yeah, we went there
Yeah.
live. We were on. We
Yeah.
did a. There was a lunch. There was a lunch break happening.
Or was that you and me?
We I'm telling you, we've been there a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have been there several times.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took the boat together. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You took the boat. Yeah.
Something like, yeah.
Yeah. That time you took me with you guys. Yeah. Usually they don't do that with me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the second one. In 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my gosh, that's
That one is not that easy.
that's
yeah.
cruel.
I thought there was a green alien in there, though.
Let's hear it again.
Let's repeat it in 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, but I don't know where this is. That sounds like plates.
It's
Let's
definitely
go.
yeah. It's it sounds like a
In
restaurant.
1, 2, and 3.
Where would that have plates?
Well, it could be where you and I ate that one time, Colin. Remember without Carlos?
I don't remember where that was.
You don't remember?
We've been a lot of places eating.
I'm just messing with you.
Inside August,
Oh, wait.
Oh.
I actually think it could be.
Toy Story Mania,
Which would be someplace we went
Without
with Jason
Carlos.
without Carlos.
That's true.
Sully Cantina.
I would have sworn that was an alien, but I think I had the
Well,
wrong alien.
it could be another kind of
Satuli
sound.
Cantina.
I'll go with what I was gonna say originally. I was thinking Pizza Planet before they changed it to Pizza Rizzo, because you were doing it then.
I would do it again. I would tell you.
Sounds like glass. That would be plastic.
Nobody got it right. But most of the comments got the park right.
Wait. Is this docking bay?
Nope.
Nope, I'm out.
When
I
he
was
says
thinking
most
those
of the
metal
comments,
trays that they put
comments were all over the place, weren't they? They said
No, yeah, not taking out. So this comment, and this
right part?
comment on the right part, yeah.
Okay. Oh, can we hear it one more time?
saucers?
And this comment is also in the right park, and this comment is also in the right park. So
He hasn't done Woody's barbecue when he was recording.
Can we hear one more time?
no, but it's not. It's the right park. It's not the right place. So I would do it again in 1, 2, and 3. Yes, it is in Raleigh Studios.
Been here. I would have said
is it
exactly what the comment said. The Woody's Roundup Rodeo, because it sounds just like that.
And it's not. Is it in Galaxy's
It is
Edge?
not. It is not a restaurant. I know that you're hearing something, but actually, it's not what you're hearing.
So we're all thrown off.
I'm saying swirling saucers, but I don't think that's right.
No, I don't.
But what is that sound?
That's the game. That's the name of the game.
Literally.
all
The
this
ancillary
time
sound.
we try to get you to say it. All this time we try to get you to say it. Every time we try to get you to say it. Now you say it. Mid-middle.
It's not lunchbox. It's not a restaurant.
It sounds like
Is
it's
it in Toy
inside.
Story Land?
It is not in. It's not in Toy Story Land,
I have no idea then.
and it's not in Toy Story Land. It is not in
No one's
Galaxy's
got it.
Edge.
This is terrible. I do hear the wow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Colin. It sounds like it's in Toy Story Land a little bit, but
It is not Toy Story Land. It's not Indy.
Is
It's
it
not
Thomas?
Galaxy's
No,
Edge.
it's not
And I
food.
will reveal now. It is Star Wars. We're talking about.
Are they Ewoks?
Yes. What do you hear
It's
as
the
a
Ewoks
never got
lining. It's
that.
the Ewoks. Yeah, they're up above you, and you can hear the sound.
they are with wooden sticks, and you
That
hear
night,
like
I remember that night the sound was particularly loud. Like it had it like turned up extra. Yeah, that's great.
yeah, there's
man.
the brilliancy
That
of
sounds exactly like an alien.
buddy Jason. You're so brilliant with the other sound that you got caught in this one because it gives it gives the idea that you're listening to a restaurant, but it's not a restaurant at all.
Yeah.
If you
sounds
listen,
like clicking
we had a
of
longer
blades.
bit. Yeah, we had longer. You could because you can hear the Ewoks speaking to each other too and stuff.
Yeah.
We left that out deliberately for this, obviously.
Yeah,
Ooh,
They sound remarkably like aliens.
yeah,
they are actually.
yeah. It kind of
Yes.
right. So let's go to the third sound in 1, 2, and 3. This is easy. Very easy. I will repeat it. I will
Can't
repeat
place it. I had guesses, but I can't place that.
in 1, 2, and 3. Now give.
I
No,
had an answer, but I think I'm
no,
way
it's not
off.
carousel. It's not carousel. It's not carousel. And
That's kind of what I was thinking, like the area behind the castle, but that's not it. There's another sound in there.
No, this is.
I will repeat once again. I'll give you a hint. It is a Q. It is a
Is this
Q.
an Epcot? Is this an Epcot?
Yes, this is an Epcot.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what this is. I know what this is, and I really like this.
It's not the Haunted Mansion ballroom. It's not the Big Top Souvenirs. It is in
Have I
Epcot.
written this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And it's
I'm not placing this at all.
And I'll give you a hint, but I don't know if maybe it's too early to give a hint.
yeah, it's too early.
Has
too
anybody
early.
gotten it yet?
Because there
I
is
mean, I
one.
might be wrong.
The one hint about this because that everybody will discover because it was a subject of our many different conversations here and scenes here. Because
Does it-
Now he's confused.
there is
Have I
one of us has a particular way.
to go commando.
No. What is that? What is wrong, Greg? What
You'll
is
find
it?
out later.
What is it?
See, this should be the running
Can we
joke.
go
should never
commando
tell him.
Can we go commando to this place?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. In
I
fact,
guess you
I
could.
have. I have in a
What
way.
is that? Sorry?
Oh, don't oh.
Oh yeah.
That's unsettling.
Yeah. It is. for
So
other people.
it is not
Oh, I
Canada
know what he's
show.
saying, though.
It's not getting. It's not Remy. It's not Remy. No. It is a Q. It is a Q.
I don't know if you're right, though, Jason.
What? I am right.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%.
Right about what?
Sure.
I missed that. What about right?
I've been known
But
to
you don't
expose
understand because it's
myself.
commando reference.
Yes, definitely. Jason exposes himself a lot
Okay,
in
then
that.
I know what we're talking about, but
I just did the
still
other
nobody's
day.
gotten it.
Michelle was there too.
That's disturbing. That doesn't help your case.
So this is a cue of an attraction that Jason loves to expose himself.
No, but not in the queue. No. I
Not in
usually
the
wait
queue.
until
No,
I'm on
not in
the
the queue.
attraction.
Yeah, in the attraction.
Yeah.
But
Disney's listening to this. That doesn't mean what he said.
that is
what it
easy. Now
usually
everybody
means.
will find out. Come on. Do you remember?
I mean,
Roll that clip.
No.
this is played. Yeah.
Can you play it again? Yes, I'll play it again.
Sure.
Really?
Okay, I'll give the final hint.
We all rode this together once.
Yes, holding hands.
Well, Jason
And
exposed
then I'm
himself.
gonna give the final. I'm gonna give the final. No, it's not Nemo. I'm gonna give the final hint.
I would never expose myself on Nemo.
Yeah, we
That's reserved for special
rode it
occasions.
together, holding hands, and Jason was barefoot.
There you go.
No,
I
it's
can't
not
believe nobody's
impressive.
gotten
No,
this yet.
no, yeah. We rode it
I'd be so
together.
disappointed.
It's really the
Hold-
only way to go. There's really the only way to go
No.
with
Chrissy got really close to the place, but is not living on the land with the
Why
land.
would he take off his shoes?
Mary got it right, but it's
Of
the
course, in fairness, why would he take his shoes off? for
but
this
it's the
anyway?
soaring
But
Oh, I'm not
This-
the only one.
the soaring cue. So this
Some are
is
by
the,
necessity, though.
so this is the review. Ooh. I got
I think you have a
distracted.
picture. I think you have a picture of me on Soren without my
I have an image.
Yeah.
Probably do.
Yeah.
his head.
Most people take off their shoes because they'll fall off. He takes off his tennis shoes.
No, I've never taken my tennis shoes off. If it's a lace shoe, I'm not taking it off. It's got to be a slip on. And if I'm wearing socks, I'm not taking them off either. I got to be wearing there's a slip on.
He's over there taking his socks off.
and he's
okay, no, I have been. No. I won't name names, but I have been with somebody. They're not here tonight. I have been with somebody who I guess decided they wanted to have the Jason experience and proceeded to take their shoes and socks off like these are lace up tennis shoes. And I'm like, good luck when we got to get out of here, man.
Yeah, when you get trampled. Not to mention, we got to smell that.
No. Talking about the good, how good it is to have smellitizers. Hey guys,
the orange groves used to cover it up. Blends right in.
Now
with
they
the
got
dirt now.
The dirt. It smells
So-
like. No, I'm not gonna say.
but you know one thing, Jason, thank you very much because the whole thing with the whole structure for the Mother's Resort discussion was amazing.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
The result
that
is
for something else
was
in the future.
the result.
Can you imagine if we did this with Deluxe, baby?
As long as we don't do it with value, 'cause I don't stay there.
That's what I
go off property at that point. I'm sorry.
No. You know one thing?
Done it one time.
There's still some love with values. I still it's
just in terms of doing what we did, it's difficult. Like
It's hard.
I mean,
it's hard to convince me to stay there. I'm just going to be honest.
it's
For
not
me
like any of them
personally,
have. It's not like any of them have. I mean, like we'd all be fighting over, I guess, the Skyliner,
Pop Century,
ones who have-
and Art of Animation, probably.
Art of Animation, right? And then beyond that, I mean, then someone's really in trouble with location. I guess location we can put it
You
anywhere.
get
So you can.
All Star Sports. Hope you like.
Yeah,
high school
I'm not going
cheerleaders.
to put All Star Sports on Bay Lake either. Like,
they're close by Coronado Springs. It's not a far stretch.
It's true. They're where they should be with the sports.
They're really close to
events and
Coronado. So
stuff,
if you think
yeah.
they're ridden, but they're really
yeah.
Right
close.
across the street, really.
Yeah, right across the street.
They have their place. I just not my preference. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to stay at the DoubleTree or something at Disney Springs area.
Yeah, I was commenting to Colin, Jason, that last week when I were in Orlando, I actually spent 2 nights in one of the, the Marriott Aloft, the Aloft brand. It is a Marriott
Like
that
the
is,
Cruise for Hilton.
yes, like it's like a modern vibe. It's kind of Aloft, Loft,
LOFT, yeah.
And they have one in Lake Buena Vista, which was nice, was good. I still have there's a good place in my heart for the residents in Flamingo Crossing. I actually the properties
nice.
the properties in Flamingo Crossing are really good options too. But that's a talk for another show. But it's good to be
fun.
back.
We should do
It was really good. And Colin, thank you very much because it evolved in a way that was surprising. So thank you. And now I'm almost
We got a
ready
lot
to
of
press
questions
to say bye to press the end and for you guys later on to explain me what is Commando.
oh yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Oh, Chris is saying yes, Carlos. We stay in Aloft in New York City, so it has a modern vibe. Actually, that one in Lake Buena Vista has pool bar with pool and we used to say when Maria was studying in South Bend, Indiana, we used to stay in the one in Aloft in South Bend. It was really a nice one too. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. And thank you to the audience as we got far ahead of our usual time, but it was Commando. Ha ha ha. Everybody's talking about Commando. Now I want to know what is it. But it's love to be with you guys back here in after hours. To our audience, be fine, be well. See you next month. We're not gonna wait too much for the next one. Take care, buddies. Bye bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
Ready to begin, like the wonder story.